as Mr. Stephen Kuchera plays our national anthem. Please be seated. Good afternoon. I am Tammy Beckham, Dean of the College of Veterinary Medicine, and it is such an honor to be with you here this afternoon. It is my pleasure to welcome each of you to Kansas State University and the 111th commencement for the College of Veterinary Medicine. Following today's ceremony, Kansas State University will have graduated 7,058 veterinarians since our first class graduated in 1907. We can count many outstanding leaders in our profession as alumni of this college, and we anticipate that this will also be the case for the class of 2016. I want to personally congratulate the class of 2016 today. You are ending one journey and you are beginning another one. I also want to offer a special welcome to the spouses, children, parents, grandparents, other relatives, and friends of the class of 2016. Without your continual support, these graduates would have not realized their goals to become veterinarians. At this time, I would like to introduce you to the platform party that is standing on the immediate right. And as I introduce each of you, would you please stand and remain standing until I have completed the list. The first is Regent Zoe Newton from the Kansas Board of Regents. Dr. Steve Stockham, Professor in Diagnostic Medicine and Pathobiology. Dr. Mark Weiss, Professor in Anatomy and Physiology. Dr. Beth Davis, Professor in Clinical Sciences. Coach Bill Snyder, Head Football Coach at Kansas State University. Dr. Les Pelfrey, President of our College of Veterinary Medicine Alumni Association. Dr. Brad Seidener, representing the Kansas State University Alumni Association. Dr. April Mason, Provost and Senior Vice President at Kansas State University. Dr. Ronnie Elmore, Associate Dean for Academic Programs, Admissions, and Diversity. Dr. Frank Blecka, University Distinguished Professor and Associate Dean for Research. Dr. M.M. Chinkapa, University Distinguished Professor and Head of Diagnostic Medicine and Pathobiology. Dr. Bonnie Rush, Executive Associate Dean, Head of Clinical Sciences, and Interim Director of the Veterinary Health Center. And Dr. Bruce Schultz, Interim Head of Anatomy and Physiology. Thank you all. I would also like to acknowledge Mr. Stephen Kuchera, who is playing the organ, And our marshals today are Dr. Sasha Thomason and Dr. Justin Thomason, and I want to thank them for helping out with our ceremony. Outstanding academic programs are not accidents. Success depends on two very important ingredients: excellent students and highly motivated and dedicated faculty and staff members. At this time, I would like for all of the faculty and staff members of our College of Veterinary Medicine that's in the audience today to stand and to be recognized for your outstanding efforts on behalf of the college and of these graduates. Please stand. Thank you all for all you do. So, to bring greetings from the Board of Regents, I am privileged to introduce Regent Zoe Newton. Regent Newton was appointed to the Kansas Board of Regents by Governor Sam Bramlage in 2014. She is a practicing attorney and serves as a commissioner of the Education Commission of the States, an interstate compact that works to help bridge the gap between good ideas and effective educational policy. Regent Newton was born in Kingston, Jamaica, and came to the United States shortly after graduating from high school. She began practicing law in 2000. From 2009 to 2013, Regent Newton served as Vice President and General Counsel for the Hartman Companies in Wichita, Kansas. Regent Newton received her bachelor's degree from the State University of New York at Binghamton in 1995 and her law degree from Cornell in 2000. Please join me in welcoming Regent Newton to our podium this afternoon.
Thank you. Hi, Provost Mason, members of the faculty and staff, graduates, and like she said, most importantly, families, supporters, husbands, wives, children who have supported our graduates. I am honored to bring you greetings from the Kansas Board of Regents. Thank you for permitting me to be part of this special occasion. Commencement symbolizes the culmination of years of study, hard work, and commitment. Commencement also signifies the beginning of the next chapter of your lives. This is kind of awkward because you're back here, so I got to do this. Okay. You know, you've worked hard and you had a plan, and however you came up with that plan, it's worked. You have achieved your degree and have proven to the world, and just as importantly to yourselves, that you know how to set goals and do what is necessary to achieve them. It is in the next chapter of your lives where you will get to show us what you've learned here at K-State. Your ability to think clearly, creatively, and critically, to judge wisely, to act responsibly and collaboratively. And frankly, this is where it's going to get exciting because although you may not know it, you are going to change our world. My husband's grandma, God rest her soul, was born in 1916, and she grew up in a world that is still incomprehensible to me. Just thinking of all the inventions that she witnessed blows me away. She grew up in rural Kentucky, and she was in her 20s before she ever saw a car or a plane. She lived, and most people did, without air conditioning, without TV, which, as a mom, essential. Granny came to my mind as I was thinking about what to say today, because it occurred to me as I'm getting a little older, just a little, the world that I grew up in is probably as incomprehensible to you as Granny's world was to me. I still remember when color TV technology came to Jamaica and the opportunity, I was around 16, to watch the Olympics in color. It was wonderful. Also discovering that the Cookie Monster is blue was awesome. Then came the VCR, which is like an old school Blu-ray, the Walkman, which is like an iPod, microwaves, personal computers, and I don't know if you ever saw the movie Night at Roxbury, yeah? The big chunky cell phone, they were real. And the internet, and none of that existed when I was a kid. But like in Granny's lifetime, cool stuff is constantly being invented. And yeah, the games. Pong was like it back in the day. And compared to like Xbox One that my son plays, night and day, like a horse-drawn carriage and a Mustang. Not the horse, the car. So whether it's technology, music, movies, fashion, medicine, agriculture, you name it, it started in the States. And yes, I have to give props to the Brits. There was James Bond and their Sting. But mostly it started here, and we couldn't wait to get it in Jamaica. And sometimes we didn't wait. We just took a trip to Miami to get all the cool stuff. And sometimes people decry what they call consumerism, and they think it's just people being acquisitive to get stuff. But it's not just stuff. These advancements have improved the quality of life for so many people. Rural people in Jamaica and all over the world can now participate in the wider community. In tough-to-reach places where landlines were just not cost-effective, it's relatively easy to throw up a tower, and then they have cell service and internet cafes, and they're part of the world. The scope of this is vast, but it's also intimate. And if you'll indulge me, I just want to tell a short personal story. I loved superhero comics as a kid. Okay, still do. Don't judge. Today's confluence of technology and art has allowed me to connect with my youngest child in ways I could never have imagined. The special effects in the movies are engaging, so he watches them with me, and he now loves the same characters that I grew up loving. So I got to have this conversation with my kid. Is Batman super? Well, he says Batman is not super, he just has great technology. Over time, we've discussed everything from whether DC or Marvel is better, he's DC, I'm Marvel, to what superpowers it might be cool to have. And I will treasure those conversations for the rest of my life. And those conversations would never have been possible without the artistry, technology, and ingenuity of our people. On a more practical level, how many families have been supported by these industries that did not exist before? How many lives have been saved? How many more people have been fed by advances in agricultural and veterinary sciences? We have just scratched the surface of what is possible. I know that wonderful things in every field, things that don't exist today, will be created tomorrow by you and your fellow graduates. Your degree from K-State, the excellence and preparation for the real world that your degree represents, has positioned you perfectly to create the future. The cool stuff that improves the quality of our lives, whether it's a Fitbit or the latest app, it still starts here in America. You are the inheritors of American creativity, drive, and ingenuity. You will meld disciplines to create platforms that will blow us away. And I, for one, cannot wait to see what you will do. Today, you graduate and become alumni of the Kansas Regent System, joining over 350,000 other alumni residing here in Kansas, and some of them, I bet, are in the crowd, either because they graduated and stayed or returned to make Kansas their home. I invite you to stay here in Kansas and continue to help grow our communities. I wish each of you joy, happiness, and fulfillment wherever your path takes you. Again, on behalf of the Kansas Board of Regents, congratulations and Ima.
Thank you, Regent Newton. So this afternoon, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing our commencement addressee. The class of 2016 has invited Coach Bill Snyder to deliver the commencement address. Precise, intense, tireless, accomplished, dedicated, caring, Hall of Famer, Kansas State head coach Bill Snyder is all of these things and much more. To understand the full picture of Coach Snyder, it is necessary to acknowledge his values, sincerity, and warmth, along with the concern he shows for the people around him, all qualities that solidify his reputation as an innovator and mentor in college athletics. The architect of the greatest turnaround in college football history returned to the sidelines in 2009 with hopes of revitalizing a program that he once built piece by piece into a national force. And after being back in charge, he has done just that and then some. Turning around a program not only once but twice is one of the biggest reasons why Coach Snyder became just the fourth person of all time to be elected to the College Football Hall of Fame as an active coach. The man who said no to all those who said it couldn't be done in Manhattan, Kansas, was enshrined in the hall in December of 2015. Bill Snyder earned his BA from William Jewell College in 1963, and he earned his graduate degree from Eastern New Mexico in 1965. We are so honored to have him here this afternoon with us to address our graduates. Please join me in welcoming Coach Snyder to our podium.
Thank you. Yes, this is a little different, isn't it? And please forgive me if I turn more this way, because this is a group that I really want to share some thoughts with. First and foremost, I'm honored to be here and have the opportunity to do this. Congratulations, quite obviously, to each and every one of you that are receiving your degree. And congratulations again to, all of the family members. We sometimes we don't always recognize the value of the people around us and what they mean in our lives and how much they have sacrificed in many cases for us, and I'm sure these young people certainly do. And my congratulations to faculty members, the professorships, the people that really make this day viable and possible for all the young graduates here. I've had a tremendous respect for the teaching that exists at Kansas State University, and I've felt that way for a long time. It's my distinct pleasure to have what I would consider in our program a wonderful relationship with our faculty. I have a strong belief in their capabilities to teach. I think we are the best teaching university in the country, and just my interaction with professors gives me a pretty good indication of that, and certainly with the young players in our program. So I have a great appreciation. You think back of and how blessed you are when young people come to Kansas State University. Nobody walks in here as a Rhodes Scholar, a Truman Scholar, a Marshall Scholar, a Goldwater Scholar, etc., but more leave Kansas State University in that capacity than anywhere else in the nation, virtually anywhere else. And that's a great tribute, not only to your talents and your hard work and your effort, but to those that have you in the classroom. So I have a great appreciation for that. I was asked probably about 9 times since I walked in the door to make this short, so I will certainly try diligently to do that. I think every single young person here probably came to Kansas State University in a variety of different ways. We are all different. Everybody in this auditorium in McCain today, we are all different in so many ways. But we all have some similarities, and I know that each and every one of you, certainly possess, a desire to be successful in your life, and whatever ventures are important to you, you want to succeed. We don't always say that, when we're 18, 19, 22 years old. We maybe not project that, but indeed, deep down inside, we all want to succeed, and we're all the same way, whether it happens to be in our family life, in our communities, with our career fields, with our education, whatever the case might be. And in my way of thinking, there's maybe the values of achieving success, the principles of achieving success, and at the same time developing the capacity for quality leadership in your lives as well. I think those values and principles are one and the same. And I would, very briefly try to share at least my thoughts on how we can go about creating that environment where we have those opportunities to become successful in our lives. And as I share, and I'm not sharing anything with you that I won't share and haven't shared over an extended period of time with young people in our program. And I think first and foremost is the capacity for each and every one of us to surround ourselves with people who genuinely care. People who want to make our life better, people who can, people who will make your life better. And we have the opportunity to pick and choose who those people are. And so often we get caught off in the glitz and glitter of, people that we're around. But I learned a long time ago that how significant it is to be able to, because we have the opportunity to select, we have the opportunity to pick and choose who that is that we bring into our lives that can help make our lives better. And my encouragement is that we never grow old of that. And as I said, I've been blessed. I look around every single day of my life. You know, who is it that I can bring into my life that helps make my life better? And I encourage you to do exactly the same thing. You know, we also have something in common as relative to, again, everybody here, is we are all, to a certain degree, goal-oriented, as they call it. You know, in other words, there are things that we want to achieve in life, and we set certain goals for ourselves, and everybody does that. The National Education Association a number of years ago did research. How thorough it is, I have no idea, but the results, part of the results indicated that 100% of our society establishes goals for themselves. So if indeed there's truth to that, that means every one of these graduating seniors, you know, has goals for their life to a certain degree. And you know, if you're like me, and I would suggest that we probably have a great deal of similarities. I can recall being raised as a single, in a single parent home. And my mother said to me what your parents have said to you day in and day out, and probably a lot of other people, has been, if you work hard, you can achieve anything you desire to achieve. Isn't that what's been said to you all along? Sure it has. And it's been said to all of us, and so many of you out here are saying those things to your children. And I had great faith, and always have, in my mother, probably the most significant person in my life. And my mother shared that with me, and I thought, that's the gospel. And I would set my goals, and I would work really hard, and sometimes my goal was up here, and sometimes I found myself as far away from the goal after I'd worked really hard to achieve it. And you know, I can remember a time in my life when I was even a little bit younger than you, and I thought maybe this hard work's not all it's cracked up to be. But, you know, I was missing a part of it. And, you know, I'm a strong believer in goals. And I'll share with you, you know, basically how we portray that thought with young people in our program. I ask all of the young people in our program to define what their priorities in life happen to be. And I give them a pad and a pencil, and they go home, they put it on their bedstand, and every night they write down what their priorities in life are. And they go back the next night and they rearrange it, or they cross some out and add some, whatever it is. They get 2 weeks to do that, and then they come back and sit down and visit with me. And based on what their priorities are, you know, it's a simple step. The next part of the procedure is just you establish your goals based on what those priorities are in your life, what's really important. And I'm not talking about the $500,000 Lamborghini. You know, we're talking about what really has quality, has depth, and is significant in your lives and will be throughout your lives in whatever area, you know, that is important to you. The next step is one that I think is so significant and I think is overlooked. It's exactly what I overlooked. And that was, you know, having a plan in place in order to achieve the goals and be successful in the priorities that you've established for yourself. And that's not the easiest thing in the world. You know, I overlooked it when I was, you know, almost your age. I believed in hard work, and I still do, but I believe that you have to take the appropriate steps. And all of you have heard, you graduating senior, you've heard, you know, what generation you happen to be in. It's that one, what do they say? Instant self-gratification, right? That I want it right now. If I can't have it now, then I'm going to move on to something else. Bad place to be. Bad place to be. And you haven't done that. You haven't experienced that yet, I don't think, or you wouldn't be sitting exactly where you are. There's that other thought in your generation about entitlement. You know, it belongs to me. I don't have to do anything for it. It belongs to me. And that's not a good place to be either. So really what becomes significant is being able to overcome, those concepts that are placed upon you. And I think the major thing is, I have no doubt that you, as I said, have goals for your life and what you want to accomplish. But I encourage you to think about, are they the right ones? Are these the things that are really important to me? And then define exactly what you need to do step by step in order to achieve those goals. If we say, I'm going from A to Z today, or I'm going to forget it, it ain't going to happen. Right? See? But if I can set aside step by step by step where I can go A, B, C, D, I'm being overly simplified, I'm sure, but by the same token, that meets that concept of instant self-gratification, because it's not a matter of trying to reach it all at once. It's being able to take it a step at a time, and you take it a little bit at a time, and really what it's called is improvement. It's becoming better at whatever that priority is. It's becoming better and getting closer and closer and closer to achieve the successes that you want. And each day there are those small rewards that come from achieving something that you've set for yourself. I share with you very quickly, when I first came here, before any of you were born, this was in the winter of 1988 and for the 1989 season. And I would gather every young person in our program, and we would meet every single day. And they truly got tired of this with me. But I went through the process that I indicated a minute ago about defining their goals and their priorities. And every single day we'd sit in a classroom, and I would point out one after another, and I'd say, tell me one of your priorities. And they would give me a priority. And I would say, what can you do today to become just a little bit better in that priority? And they would think, and pretty soon, at first they thought, this too will go away, he will go away. But I'm a strong believer in perseverance, and that I don't have a lot of great qualities, but perseverance may be one of them, if I do have any, and I made sure that they responded. So pretty soon they got into it, and they got invested in it, and they felt good about it. And pretty soon they were able to say, I could do this to become a better family man or woman today. I could do this to become a better student today. I could do this little bit to become a better football athlete today. I can do this to become better with my education today, and so on, whatever was important to them. It really, and particularly in this day and age, it becomes so significant to be able to do that, because you get the immediate rewards, which, so many people want to say that's what you desperately need. Like I say, I don't necessarily believe that, but that's what's out there. Now, and when you think about that and you just add those up, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit at a time, over a week, a month, a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you can become pretty successful in those things that are significant in your lives. When we first came here, there was not a player. The first meeting I had was with seniors who, just like yourselves, who would no longer be at the university, no longer have eligibility. And there were 22 of them, and I sat down and visited with them, and I was amazed, at the dialogue that we had. And they got up so very quickly and said things such as, Coach, you don't see any of us with leather jackets on. We all have them, but we're too embarrassed to wear them. They said, Coach, you probably don't know where Aggieville is right now, but it's a great place in Manhattan, Kansas, and we never go to Aggieville. It's not because we don't want to, it's because we're too embarrassed by what had happened. There was not a young man here that ever participated in a football game in which they had won during their tenure at Kansas State University. And it went on and on and on like that. One young guy got up and said, after ball games, we don't go to class on Mondays. Said we're too embarrassed. Another guy got up right behind him, said, Coach, he said, most of us don't go to class on Tuesdays either, etc. I did a study in regards to class attendance and GPAs from the time each and every one of them entered the college, Kansas State University, and that particular day that we were invested in at that time, and it was on a continual downward slope throughout their entire careers there. Some of them there 4 years, some of them 3, some of them 2, etc. And what's my point? My point is that the capacity to achieve success is not an easy task. And they were young people that didn't have in front of them, the goals. They didn't have the ambition. They didn't have the commitment. They didn't have a value system that is in place, which is so important in our world. And we have those. You go online. I won't go over all of them. We have those 16 Wildcat goals for success, and it's not rocket science, as I say all the time. And if you were to read them, every parent out here, it's the same thing that you've shared with your family, with your parent, or with your children and your grandchildren, throughout your lives. It's just the simplicity of hard work and commitment and discipline and responsibility, accountability, all those things. You want to know what they are, you can go online. But the point is this: those things are important and significant in your lives. And the stronger value system that you have, all the other things tend to fall in place so much quicker than what one might believe otherwise. And this is not going to be an easy environment for each of you to enter into. How many people do we know where Johnny or Marilyn live at home in mom and dad's basement, because it's difficult to find the opportunities that they're looking for sometimes. So it has become, a little bit more difficult to achieve the successes that you want in life. But, I'm confident, based on the quality of education that you get here at Kansas State University and your perseverance for staying the course throughout the time. And when you continue to do that, there'll be some rocky roads along the way. There'll be some tough spots in it, and you have two options, and one is step away and walk away from it altogether. The other one is to have the initiative to find the answer, to find the solution, to find the way around whatever that roadblock happens to be, and take it. Congratulations to each and every one of you. So very proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Snyder. Provost Mason, will you please join me at the podium? Candidates for the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, please stand. Provost Mason, these candidates for the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine have successfully completed the required curriculum to receive their degrees from Kansas State University. On behalf of the faculty of the College of Veterinary Medicine, I proudly present them to you for conferral of their Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degrees.
Class of 2016, by the authority of the people of Kansas and the Kansas Board of Regents, and upon the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Veterinary Medicine, I am pleased to confer on you, the graduating class of 2016, the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. Congratulations.
Our newest veterinarians may now be seated. Provost Mason, Associate Dean Elmore, Dr. Rush, and those performing the hooding today, please take your places for the hooding ceremony. For everyone out in the audience, after Dr. Rush announces the name of the degree recipient, each one will be hooded. Following this, the candidates will accept their diplomas, have their pictures taken with the provost, and return to their chairs to be seated. Families and friends are encouraged to come forward to take pictures of their graduates as they progress across the stage, and we have plenty of room down here in the front for you to do that. So just be aware of others as they're also coming across, but we want everybody to get great pictures, so we've saved plenty of room down in front. And now, Dr. Rush, we'd like for you to please announce the names of our 2016 degree recipients.
Dr. Parker Thomas Liebel. Dr. Liebel is being hooded by committee today. His grandfather, Dr. Gus Liebel, Kansas State University, 1951. His father, Dr. Thomas Liebel, Kansas State University, 1985. His aunt, Dr. Barbara Lieber, 1977. His uncle, Dr. Stephen Liebel, 1981. Dr. Colin Timothy Adley. Dr. Adley is being hooded by Dr. Teal Adley, his wife, Kansas State University, 2015. Dr. Anna Maria Altobelli. Dr. Rachel Yannicka Amarata. Dr. Kelsey Ann Amy. Dr. Paige Elizabeth Anderson. Dr. Anderson is being hooded by her father, Dr. Kelly Lechtenberg, Kansas State University, 1987. Dr. Sarah Faye Anderson. Dr. Melissa Ray Ben. Dr. Brandy Marie Byer. Dr. Lee Justin Blankenship. Dr. Elizabeth Ann Bolin. Dr. Taylor J. Bowles. Graduating cum laude, Dr. Alyssa Jo Brewer. Dr. Penelope Gard Birchfield. Dr. Amanda Danielle Burse. Dr. Hannah Alexandra Canfield. Dr. Shauna Jo Sikonic. Dr. Sikonic is being hooded by her master's advisor, Dr. James Carpenter, Oklahoma State, 1974. Dr. Ashley Anne Marie Cole. Dr. Lisa Marie Crevois-Seurat. Dr. Shannon Marie Darby. Dr. Kristen Alyssa Day. Dr. Tyann Lee DeVore. Dr. Lacey Elizabeth Diebold. Dr. Catherine Irene Donewald. Dr. Cody Rose Dressler. Dr. Stephanie Naoko Durbin. Dr. John Philip Dwyer. Dr. Dwyer is being hooded by his wife, Dr. Darla Dwyer, Kansas State University, 2013. Dr. Lauren Frances Easterwood. Dr. Michael S. Enzer. Dr. Pamela Echegoshen. Dr. Emma Burrell Faulkner. Dr. Bruce James Figger. Dr. Mark G. Foster. Dr. Emily Fournier. Dr. Chad Robert Faust. Dr. Callie Lynn Fox. Dr. Levi Joseph Garble. Dr. Colleen Gertzema. Dr. Gertzema is being hooded by her mother, Dr. Valerie Caskey, University of Minnesota, 1986. The cords on her gown indicate she is graduating cum laude. Dr. Allison Diane Goldberg. Dr. Rachel Lynn Gortowski. Dr. Alex Moran Greaves. Dr. Jacob Andrew Hagenmeyer. Dr. Hagenmeyer is being hooded by Dr. Dan Thompson, his PhD advisor, Iowa State University, 2000. Dr. John Adam Hall. Dr. Sarah Ann Halpern. Dr. David Michael Hanks. Graduating summa cum laude, Dr. Anthony Scott Hawkins. Dr. Ellen Rachel Elizabeth Heinrich. Dr. Carla Christina Henney. Dr. Nicholas Lee Henning. Dr. Heath Charles Hermes. Dr. Melanie Marie Heinspeter. Dr. Adita Maria Herinkevich. Kyoko Ishiwata. Dr. Alyssa Leanne Job. Dr. Amanda Eason Jones. Dr. Amy Renee Jones. Dr. Jones is being hooded by her uncle, Dr. Timothy Jones, Kansas State University, 1988. Dr. Justin Daniel Jones. Dr. Alyssa Ann Johnson. Dr. Leor Kamara. Dr. Ashley Nicole Kellican. Dr. Candace Kendrick. Graduating magna cum laude, Dr. Jennifer Marie Kissinger. Dr. Jenna Jean Klug. Dr. Kyla Elizabeth Krisek. Dr. Rebecca Elise Landfried. Graduating magna cum laude, Dr. Diane Rose Larson. Dr. Min-ho Lee. Graduating magna cum laude, Dr. Nicole Evan Lenz. Dr. Hannah Rainey Leventhal. Graduating in absentia, Dr. Jane Lee Levin. Dr. Shoshana Levshin. Dr. Lindsay Elizabeth Louderback. Dr. Shelby Diane Mangus. Dr. Lori A. Markham. Dr. Kristen Alicia May. Dr. Nolan James McClain. Dr. Jennifer Carol McGrady. Dr. Lindsay Michelle Morgan. Dr. Brittany Berger Munson. Dr. Munson is being hooded by her husband, Dr. Robert Munson, Kansas State University, 2015. Dr. Carrie Lee Nelson. Dr. Jenny Elaine Nazurka. Dr. Edgar Octavio Ocampo. Dr. Adriana Raquel Oliveira. Dr. Sabra Claire Ortega. Dr. Roberto James Palma. Dr. Paula Ruth Patton. Graduating cum laude, Dr. Carly Tobin Paul. Dr. Drew Michael Pearson. Dr. Lindsay Marie Perkins. Graduating cum laude, Dr. Kyle Douglas Pfeiffer. Graduating magna cum laude, Dr. Kayla Renee Plant. Dr. Mark Joseph Primiano. Dr. Primiano is being hooded by his fiancée, Dr. Rebecca Alderetta, Kansas State University, 2015. Dr. Stephanie Ann Rainbolt. Dr. Cheryl Justine Reba. Dr. Lacey Ann Robinson. Dr. Lacey Morgan Rosenberg. Dr. Lauren Catherine Sawyer. Dr. Kendra K. Saxrud. Graduating magna cum laude, Dr. Samantha Rose Schimming. Dr. Cassie Lynn Schmidberger. Graduating in absentia, Dr. James McCabe Sig. Graduating cum laude, Dr. Christopher Lee Sepker. Dr. Brian James Smith. Dr. Caroline Keisler Snuffer. Dr. Megan Elise Spencer. Dr. Taylor Alexis Stallings. Dr. Caitlin Anna Timmons. Dr. Tonya K. Tross. Graduating cum laude, Dr. Margaret Lee Tracy. Dr. Amanda Jo Uran. Dr. Michaela Danielle Fetters. Dr. Lee Ashley Wacker. Dr. Callie Elizabeth Williams. Graduating cum laude, Dr. Stephanie Lauren Williams. Please help me congratulate the class of 2016.
Okay. At this time, Dr. Les Pelfrey, president of our College of Veterinary Medicine Alumni Association, will lead our newest K-State University veterinarians in the veterinary oath. The oath has and will continue to be a reminder of the commitment each has made to serving society through his or her chosen profession.
Can I have all the new doctors please stand? Raise your right hand. Being admitted to the profession of veterinary medicine, I solemnly swear to use my knowledge and skills for the benefit of society through the protection of animal health, animal suffering, the conservation of animal resources, and the promotion of public health, advancement of medical knowledge. I will practice my profession conscientiously, with dignity, and in keeping with the principles of veterinary medical ethics. I accept as a lifelong obligation my continual improvement, my professional knowledge and competence. Congratulations.
And at this time, I'd like to ask Dr. Brad Seidner, Senior Vice President of the Kansas State University Alumni Association, to come and bring greetings from the Alumni Association.
Well, good afternoon, graduates, and again, welcome family and friends. Well, on behalf of the Kansas State Alumni Association, representing over 180,000 living graduates of Kansas State, we'd like to offer our congratulations on this special accomplishment here today. We are also here to welcome the graduates into a new relationship with their alma mater. Our mission at the Alumni Association is to lead and inspire lifelong involvement that will benefit Kansas State University and all members of our Wildcat community. I'd like to share 3 of the core values that guide us in our mission to keep you connected with K-State. The first value is link. The Alumni Association provides the lifelong link that alumni depend on to remain connected to their university. You can stay in touch through hundreds of alumni activities across campus, across the country, and even internationally. Another value is tradition. Today, you will likely celebrate K-State traditions such as singing the alma mater here in a little bit, or even stopping to take the KSU photo at your favorite spot on campus. And the third value is purple. That's right, K-State purple. Because for us K-Staters, purple is more than a color. It's a symbol of pride and connection. Because when you see someone wearing K-State purple or a K-State class ring or that purple paracat on the front of your license plate on your vehicle, you immediately feel that sense of family. I'd also like to share that in recognition of your graduation, your College of Veterinary Medicine and the Alumni Association are providing you with a complimentary one-year membership to your Alumni Association, and we hope you'll always be an active member of your Alumni Association. K-State alumni are among the most loyal in the nation. In fact, you are now part of one of the top 5 alumni associations in the nation for the percentage of graduates that are members. And that loyalty is shared worldwide by generations of K-Staters who have the same passion for K-State that you feel today as you earn your degree from one of the finest universities in the nation. The Alumni Association is also pleased to have presented to you prior to today an exclusive alumni business card holder. And we hope you enjoy it, and as you go through life and your addresses change and your titles change, please keep us updated because we want to make sure that you always stay connected to your K-State family. So again, congratulations on this very special achievement here today. Be proud of your university, wear your purple with pride, and as always, let's go K-State!
Thank you. At this time, to bring greetings from the class of 2016, I'm pleased to call upon Dr. Shauna Sikanik, President of Class 2016.
I don't know if it's kosher we're going to do this because I'm so darn proud of my class and I can talk to you guys. Oh my goodness. Can you believe this just happened? Dr. Stockham's crying, don't look at him. We did it, you guys did it. First and foremost, I think the most important thing our class would like to do is thank the people who helped get us here today. You all are our support systems, you're the ears that chose to listen to us at all hours of the day. You're the words of encouragement during late night study sessions and the reality check we needed during stressful weeks and grueling finals. We would not have made it to graduation today without all of you. So this is impromptu, but class of 2016, at this time, I ask you to stand. Find those friendly faces in the crowd that got you here today and give them a huge round of applause. You can be seated. So to everyone in the audience, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. At this point, I feel like I need to muster up some words of encouragement and find a phrase that will inspire us all to get out there and blaze a new trail and never give up and keep following our dreams, of course. Problem with that is I was asked to speak after the legendary Coach Bill Snyder, and as you all heard, that's quite a tough act to follow. There's one phrase I feel I can leave with my classmates, and that's one that came from one of, if not the biggest supporter I have, my mom. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this, but she's the type of supporter that not only called me relentlessly, and often, too often, but also sent me cards in the mail with words of encouragement when I was feeling particularly down about school. The words of encouragement that have stuck with me more than any others throughout our career are words that I received on a card just prior to starting veterinary school. The envelope contained this small, colorful card with the phrase, "Never stop being curious." And I love that phrase, never stop being curious. We are all here because we are driven individuals, and our curiosity compelled us to continue to ask questions, to relentlessly seek answers, and to chase down the dream of becoming a doctor of veterinary medicine, which we did. Do you guys remember how excited we were when we got accepted into vet school? How about when Dr. Wally Cash slapped that box of bones down in front of us in gross anatomy lab on day one? And remember how excited we were just to start learning? Fast forward 3 years, do you guys remember how excited we were to receive our white coats and begin clinics last year? We were ecstatic to start our journey as budding clinicians, and amongst a whole slew of other emotions, we were curious. We were curious about the ideal way to manage a patient. We were curious about which pain medication would be appropriate in which scenario. And we were curious about where each of us would end up right now and where we would find our niche in this vast, diverse veterinary world. So as we embark in 115 different directions, my challenge to you is not for today when we're all smiling and we're happy and we're celebrating, but for years down the road when you have spayed your 500th dog, or you've palpated your 10,000th cow, or you've treated what feels like your millionth case of canine skin disease, treated it well, I might add. It is at that point you may have forgotten what it felt like to be challenged, to wonder about the physiology behind the diseases you're treating on a daily basis, and you forget to seek answers when a new and unique case comes your way. So it's at that point in time, I challenge you to be curious again. Find that curiosity, try a new technique or research, and reach for a new drug combination. I want you to remember what it felt like when you first started school and you were craving knowledge and you were still so curious about every single class that we took. That's my hope for all of us. I hope we never stop being curious. With that, I'd like to close by congratulating all of my classmates one final time. You all continually supported and encouraged one another, and we made this journey together through veterinary school so much more enjoyable. I'm so glad we survived, and I'm very proud to be part of our class family. Thank you.
So we're going to move on to another part of our program where we're going to recognize some faculty in teaching, research, service, and outreach. So at this time, I would like to ask Dr. Ronnie Elmore to come and recognize the recipient of the 2016 Kansas State University Zoetis Animal Health Distinguished Teaching Award.
At each of our colleges throughout the United States each year since 1963, the Carl J. Norton Distinguished Teaching Award, now known as the Zoetis Distinguished Teaching Award, is presented to an outstanding teacher who advances the veterinary profession by inspiring students to the highest levels of achievement and professionalism. The Zoetis Distinguished Teaching Award is one of the most highly respected awards by veterinary faculty members because the recipient is selected by veterinary students. In other words, it's truly a recognition of outstanding teaching by those who have been taught. The recipient of the 2016 Zoetis Distinguished Teaching Award at Kansas State University is Dr. Stephen Stockham. Steve, I'd like for you to stand. A brief biographical sketch for Dr. Stockham is included in your commencement program. I hope that you'll all read it as you have time. Please help me in congratulating Dr. Stockham for receiving the 2016 Zoetis Distinguished Teaching Award.
And at this time, I would like to ask Dr. Frank Blecka to recognize the recipient of the 2016 Kansas State University Zoetis Animal Health Award for Research Excellence.
Thank you, Dean Beckham. At each of the veterinary colleges throughout the United States, for several years, the Zoetis Animal Health Award for Research Excellence has been presented to an outstanding faculty scientist who has sustained a career of documented, significant veterinary research. The Zoetis Animal Health Award for Research Excellence is one of the most highly respected awards by veterinary researchers because the recipient is selected by their peers. It is truly a recognition of outstanding research by those who do research. The recipient of the 2016 Zoetis Animal Health Award for Research Excellence at Kansas State University is Dr. Mark Weiss. Dr. Weiss, please stand. A brief biographical sketch of Dr. Weiss is included in your commencement program. Thank you.
So the land-grant university has a mission of teaching, research, service, and outreach. The next award, the William and Deanna Pritchard Veterinary Service and Outreach Award, was established in 2012 to emphasize the importance of service and outreach to the veterinary profession. Dr. Pritchard was a 1946 K-State DVM alumnus, and he was dean at the University of California, Davis, and he's now professor and dean emeritus at the CVM at UC Davis. This award recognizes the service component of the land-grant mission. It is a recognition of outstanding service to the profession. The recipient of the 2016 Dr. William and Deanna Pritchard Veterinary Service and Outreach Award is Dr. Beth Davis. Beth, please stand. Continue to stand. So she has many accolades. Her work with the KVMA, serving as president this past year with the Equine Performance Testing Center, and just the outreach and mentorship that she provides to students are just a few of the many achievements and contributions to the profession. As before, a brief biographical sketch for Dr. Davis is included in your commencement program, but please join me in congratulating Dr. Davis for her outstanding services. We are now at the point of the closing of the program, and so I too am going to turn around here for just a minute because I haven't had the opportunity to do that much today. But on behalf of the faculty and staff of the College of Veterinary Medicine, I do extend my sincerest congratulations to each member of the class of 2016, your families and your friends as well. The practice of veterinary medicine is a privilege extended to only a few. You have used your talents and academic abilities through perseverance and hard work to earn this privilege. Guard this privilege with the commitment that has brought you to this time in your professional lives, and realize that you are entering one of the most diverse, exciting professions that you could ever imagine. And I would concur, continue to be curious and find different things that challenge you throughout your career. We are extremely proud of each of you, and this is your day. Enjoy it to the fullest. So everyone, please stand as Stephen Cusera plays our alma mater. The words for our alma mater are on the left and bottom of the picture of page 3 of our commencement program. Congratulations again, and everyone please be seated for the recessional.